When the goalie went back in, he absolutely wanted to get back out on the ice, and that's why he proceeded to spend minute 30 left in the game or whatever it was exactly, and generated 3 more scoring chances, and you could tell was determined to find a way to score a goal there.
This morning, looking back to when you first came to Washington, maybe thinking that this moment might happen, was it everything you thought it would be?
Much more, and I was actually here being introduced almost, 2 years ago. And it is so, like, to think back on the last 2 years and how far he's come and how many goals he's scored. And it's not a like this. It's like here and here, and there's a lot of ups and downs to it. But he just, it's something that you just can't. He's just one of those athletes in all time that can find ways to shoot the puck in the back of the net, and find ways to get to good areas, and you just there maybe in another lifetime there'll be another player that comes along like him, but he's the greatest goal scorer of all time, and so I've found myself even like, how did he do that? How did he score again tonight? And he just continues to do it at 39 years old. It's remarkable.
Yeah, all that said, like, the way he's hunted this record down, 6
Yeah.
goals in his last 6 games, he's doing it at this age. He's one of the greatest goal scorers this season. He's everything. None of this makes sense.
I know.
You know your hockey. Help this make sense.
I wish I could. I genuinely wish I could at 39 years old. It makes me go to a spot of like, imagine he just wanted to continue to just hunt this, because you can feel it, and I feel it with being around him every day. Is like he is possessed to break this record, and now he's on a mission. And so exactly what you just touched on is the amount of goals that he's scoring lately, and when you can feel it. I mean, people in the building can feel it. I can feel it on the bench. When he gets into a spot, he is determined to score, and he just continues to get himself into good spots at 39. You just can't wrap your head around this stuff of what he's accomplished in his career long term, but also what he's doing at the end here. Yeah, it's amazing.
I don't know how much of Gretzky's career in the old NHL that you were able to
I watched a lot, yeah.
When you see Alex in the same amount of games, basically,
Yeah.
the same amount
Isn't
of
that
goals,
one game away?
how much harder is it in his generation, Alex's generation, to score goals versus the way it used to be?
That's such a tough question, and it's everybody would point to the goaltenders and the tight checking and this and that, but it's all relative to the generation, in my opinion. Wayne was scoring, yeah, if you watch some of the goals, you'd be like, I could score in that, but that's all relative to the era. And so I don't think there's anything that separates those two things of, would have done this if he played in. It's relative to the era. So what O's doing and what Wayne did are both, two of the greatest to ever do it. But O hopefully becoming the greatest of all time from a goal scoring standpoint is, and he's done it in an era that's difficult. But Wayne, it was the same way amongst their peers, but Alex becoming the greatest goal scorer in the history of the game is just, and to witness that and to stand on the bench, unbelievable.
For Ryan Leonard to get his first tonight,
Yeah.
how special is that?
He won't forget that one. I was bugging him because there's not a lot of young players come in the league, score their first goal. Usually it's not an empty netter because they're not on the ice. Like usually the empty net guys are your veteran guys, but it just happened that way that I moved him to Dowd's line, so he was playing well in that line. They get caught in an icing, so he gets his first as an empty netter. And you never forget your first, but you also will never forget your first being in that game tonight.
Is there something fitting for this organization that John Carlson had the primary assist?
Yeah.
Up for 893?
Yeah, and I could feel that too from John and Tom Wilson. Having been with O and been through this journey for so many years, it means a little bit more to them because they've been riding right beside O, and they've won a Stanley Cup with him, and they've been through the grind, and they've been in the trenches with him. And so I hope, and I know they will, is sit back and appreciate the fact that they had massive impacts on this record, and they played huge roles in O being able to achieve that. And I really appreciate that John's right in there on that goal, because he has made a lot of great plays to O and Backy and Osh, and be in the building like that is special that Johnny factors in on that tying goal.
Thanks.
We're going to need an evaluation tomorrow, so I'll know more tomorrow, but he is, I'll find out tomorrow.